So how long will it take for Elfo's mom to return? Before we get to today's video, I want to take a moment to talk about Patreon. That's right, we are on Patreon now, and we have a bunch of tiers with a bunch of great rewards. You can subscribe and get things like early access to all reactions, depending on your tier, depends on which reactions you get early access to. You can vote on polls exclusive to patrons that will help determine future reaction series and more. You will get to just have various choices in terms of like getting to choose future reactions I react to, getting to choose first impressions I check out, all kinds of different rewards, and possibly more coming in the future. We're still new at this. We're still figuring things out. It's a process. It's a process. But we have multiple tiers, so whatever you would be able to donate, if you're able and willing to donate, is appreciated. It helps me out. It helps the channel out. It helps us grow. It's going to help just, standardly. It's just something new to check out. Plus, if you like getting the reactions early, that's also a plus. But it is optional. If you're unable to do it, that's completely fine. All reactions will come to YouTube just a little bit later, a week later or so. So, that all being said, thank you as always so much, and let's get on with today's video. And with that being said, hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with my blind reaction to Disenchantment episode 16. Last episode was a very mixed episode for me. It had good stuff at the beginning and the end. Everything in the middle was just not interesting to me. I just did not care. But we did learn that apparently this ogre queen is Elfo's mom. Like, it never outright spelled it out for us, but the implication was very strong. There was talks from his dad about like going to this ogre kingdom and how it would be dangerous, and like when he found out Elfo was there, it's like he was surprised and upset by it. But then like at the end also, when Elfo's name was mentioned, the ogre queen like was like, Elfo. And it's like, I think it's fairly obvious what they're trying to set up there. The question is, how long will it take for that to come back into play? How long will it take for that to actually mean something? Will it be this season? Will it be next season? I don't know. But for now, pretty much everything else is just kind of like slowly going along. There's not like a huge amount of like story progress at the moment. And so I'm kind of curious to see where a lot of this ends up leading. We've only got so many episodes left in this half of the season. So I guess we just have to check and find out. Let's watch this and see what we have in store. Hold up just a sec. Before you click that link down in the description below to get to today's video, I want to remind you of all the awesome content we have both on this channel and the Princess of Gaming channel. Let's check it out. Welcome to the Afterthoughts. We'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So unlike last episode, which was very mixed for me, this one started off seeming like it was going to be an episode I just wasn't going to be into. Because it just seemed like it was regressing to me. But then it ended up becoming an episode I actually got pretty into. It's not like my favorite episode or anything. It's definitely not like the height of this series. And it still feels like it's kind of like meandering around and not really accomplishing anything with the story and progression. But overall, it was definitely better than my initial thoughts implied it was gonna be. So at the start of this, with like being, waking up drunk, and being in the shame barrel and everything, and just Zog like basically returning to his old ways. It felt like a regression of character for like everyone. Like I'm not saying that Bean couldn't get drunk and everything again, but the entire barrel thing and Zog trying to shame her into sobriety and stuff. It's just like this. It feels like it's returning to where season one began. Well, this is still season one, but you know what I mean. Where season one, part one began. It feels like it's just retreading old territory and not even in a creative new way. And so I'm watching this and I'm thinking like, oh, this is weird. I don't like this. It just feels like it's like returning to the status quo now that Dreamland's back and everything's kind of turning back to normal, rather than actually continuing to show progress. And other episodes have shown progress with these characters. Zog has shown that he's grown a lot. Bean has grown a lot. And so it felt disappointing to me. And then we get into the stuff with well, we know are trolls pretending to be elves, for the circus and everything. And that's when things actually start to get interesting. And we see through the circus and through Zog watching and enjoying the circus, we actually start to see that his changes are sticking. That he actually ends up regretting taxing the elves and willingly, without even being like forced to or told to, chooses to give the taxes back, realizing that he was wrong. And that's something that early season one, part one Zog would never even think of doing. But because of everything he's gone through and the loneliness he felt when Dreamland was turned to stone, it's like he has grown. And so that is something I like to see. And we see Bean not only trying to like help at first because she genuinely wants to help the elves, but like once she finds out that that this group are trolls, she works her best to try and stop them. And Lucy helps out. Elfo, we see he's changed. He's grown a little colder and a little more numb to all of this. It's used kind of as a joke, but I mean, I think he really has kind of gotten a little numb to all of this kind of adventurous stuff. Anything relating to like crazy things that would normally shock and appall him. And it makes sense. It absolutely does. Not to mention, the trolls themselves were pretty interesting. The ringleader, like, very much was dressed like Hugh Jackman's character, P.T. Barnum, for The Greatest Showman. Obviously based off the real P.T. Barnum, but still. And funny enough, I think this is more accurate to the real P.T. Barnum than The Greatest Showman was. Because the real P.T. Barnum was a piece of shit, by the way. Just fun fact for you. He was a con man. He was incredibly shitty in so many ways. Don't really have the time to go over that today, but look it up. He was not a good person. And The Greatest Showman really just does not cover that at all. It like vaguely it vaguely points to him being like not the best, but it's so vague, and in the end it just kind of like ends up not mattering. So, but yeah. I also liked what was her name, Sally or whatnot, which, by the way, that should have also been another clue that these weren't elves, because her name was so different from like normal elf names. So it's like that should have been a major clue that they weren't elves. But yeah, the mother of three, did it say? Who is also, the strong woman and everything. So she's strong physically and like mentally and emotionally. I liked that joke, and also I make no secret that I'm into buff ladies. And like, I don't care if she's an elf slash troll. It doesn't matter to me. It's like she's buff, she's kind of hot. It's like I'm into it. I'm not I'm not racist to judge on fictional character races either like that. It's like you show me like a buff lady of pretty much any race, whether it be elf, troll, goblin, orc, whatever. It's like I'm into it. Um, but there's also the fire breather guy. I can't remember the name right now. But yeah, he was pretty interesting. I wish they kind of had a little more like diverse and separate personality, other than just their tricks and whatnot. And yeah, there was a little bit of like typical Disenchantment silliness with this. The one sweat drop ending up like hitting the what's it called, the string, and setting off the tiniest bell to alert the dogs was ridiculous. And one of the trolls dying because of it. It's like, what the fuck? That wouldn't happen. A sweat drop wouldn't set that off. It was silly. Um, but yeah, I enjoyed this a lot more than I initially thought I was going to at the start, and so it was fun. It wasn't anything special, like I said. Like, it's not the best episode. It's nothing like spectacular in the long run, but I enjoyed it, even if it doesn't seem like it really advances much of anything, which is kind of my biggest issue right now. Like, I get that they're trying to focus on the stuff with the elves and trying to focus on like them acclimating to Dreamland and like becoming part of the citizenry here, but it just feels like these episodes are just like random um problem of the week episodes right now. They don't feel like they're actually progressing anything. It's just like, oh, we have elves now. Let's do a bunch of episodes related to that. Um, okay, sure. So yeah, that's my biggest gripe at the moment. Hopefully we start to actually move forward and do something more soon, but we'll have to see. For now, that's pretty much all I've got to say. I know these are pretty short afterthoughts, but let me know in the comments below what you thought of this episode. And for now, I'm Connie and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.